So why is ISIS so successful at seducing young Australians on the other side of the world to join their fight? Terror expert Shannon Sedgwick says it preys on a certain type, and he joins us now from LA. Shannon, good morning to you. As we just saw, the majority of those foreign recruits are teenage boys from all walks of life. What is it about this age group that makes them a target for ISIS recruiters, do you think?
Well, Georgie, you think about it when you're a teenager, you're quite impressionable. You're struggling to belong in society and you're trying to find your way. And ISIS preys on that feeling of some people feel rejected in life or they feel they don't belong. And ISIS is quite successful at appealing to those people who don't fit in quite as well as anybody else.
Look, Shannon, we've all been witness to at least one of its propaganda videos. We've seen them on news channels like this one. It has a very strong online presence. Now, you say this is the key to a success as far as recruiting goes.
It really is. They have a social media unit called Al Hayat that is dedicated to their social media and online presence, and they're very, very slick campaigns. You saw from the video that you just shown, and also ones we've seen previously, that they're very well produced. They're very professional productions, and they're very appealing. They play rap music in their videos, and they're very appealing to different demographics. They're not just filming something in a cave like Al Qaeda used to. It's very, very slick, and they're very, very professional. They're Western trained, or it's actual Westerners that are in this Al Hayat unit.
Shannon, obviously, we don't want to promote copycats, but I'm interested probably more so as a parent. What exactly does the recruiting process entail?
Well, it usually starts off when an interested applicant or recruit to ISIS will either find a ISIS recruiter online, usually through Twitter or another social media, or they go to a local mosque that has a history of hardline extremist views. And they'll speak to people there and get in touch with recruiters. And it's almost like a job interview where they present online for a Skype interview with someone overseas, sometimes in Turkey or in Syria. They'll Skype from there and they'll ask them what they want to achieve in ISIS. It's very regimented, and once they approve an applicant, then they start discussing logistics and travel plans. Most people enter via southern Turkey. It has a very porous southern border with many illegal checkpoints. And once they cross over into Syria, then ISIS owns them. They have to hand over their complete online presence, all their social media passwords, their passports, so they can't leave. Because many people become disillusioned once they're there, and ISIS don't want that leaking out.
Just at that initial process, are they likely to ever turn anyone away? And do you know what reason that would be for?
They'll turn people away if they think that they're a little bit shady, or they're trying to get into their organisation for the wrong reasons, to spy on them, or maybe once they're there they have a feeling that they'll want to leave again. They want to see almost blind devotion. But they do accept most people.
Shannon, what I'm trying to get my head around, and going back to your first point about kids being disenfranchised, teenagers looking for something in their lives, they're feeling a certain amount of hormones or emotions, or they're feeling isolated. What I don't understand is, sure, these videos are extremely well produced. They seem appealing. You say when people get over there, they quickly become, they want to get out of it, or they know they're trapped in it. But what I don't understand is, with the media covering as much as they have, and we're talking about horrible things like the constant, we're seeing pictures of people who are going to be beheaded, or what we know is happening to young females going over there, and the sexual assaults that are happening as well. Why aren't kids getting that message to sort of counteract this sort of propaganda video, and why aren't kids sort of computing that, I guess?
Well, ISIS, like I said, they're very, very slick at what they do. They, to be honest, they're better at it. They're better at the information that they portray. They look like they're winning, and to be honest, they are winning.
So can we be better? Are we doing something wrong? I'm talking about us as a nation, or as a media, or as the government. Is there a different way that we can change to sell how bad this is even more, so that kids get it?
I think we need to continue what we're doing and portray ISIS of how they are, complete hypocrites and just disgusting people that would commit these atrocities. But I think what it comes down to is we need to nip it in the bud before it gets to the stage where these kids want to leave. We need to develop a rapport with our local Islamic communities, and we need to start discussing with them and discussing with the Islamic youths and these disenfranchised youths before they get this idea in their head.
Well, just quickly, because we do need to move on, but Shannon, I want to ask you, do you feel that tide is turning, or do you feel like at the moment ISIS are really ahead of us?
I think ISIS is still a little way ahead of the game, but we're catching up. I think we are having some success in getting it across that ISIS aren't what they pretend to be.
All right, Shannon,
very
thank you.
insightful talking to you this morning, Shannon. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
indeed.
guys.